Hey, everybody. Welcome to Popular Unknown Paintball Live. It is my first show after the 2020 World Cup, and I have to tell you that I got back. I didn't sleep the night of. I slept for 18 hours. I feel like a wreck, and I'm just sort of... So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot planned for this show, but I was going to be a fake it till you make it kind of show. So it was going to be laid back, whatnot, because quite frankly, my head's just not firing on all 8 cylinders. I need more sleep. But that being said, I met a couple people that I think were absolutely fantastic. And I reached out to them and said, hey, listen, I'm going to talk about World Cup a little bit. Did you want to talk about World Cup with me? And they said that they absolutely would. So I have a huge surprise for you on this Fake It Till You Make It show. I have 2 incredibly special guests that are probably going to surprise just about everybody. I'd like to introduce you to a couple new but good friends of mine. I'm sure you've all heard of Tim Montresor, the gentleman that was behind the ICC. Well, I'd like to introduce you to my 2 new friends, Frank Montresor and Jen Montresor, Tim's parents. Hey guys, I am so glad to have you on the show.
Well, thank you.
Good to be here.
Thank you so much. I hope I didn't overpad the introduction.
No, perfect. I think it's perfect.
Awesome. It was really great meeting you guys at World Cup. I was very, very surprised. Like, I mean, I know Jen, you and I talked a little bit, but I honestly expected with World Cup everybody being so busy, I honestly didn't think you'd have time. But when I said, oh, I'm here, you just charged right out of the VIP booth.
Oh, I thought I did all the talking. I don't think you talked much at all. I don't think I gave you a chance.
Well, it was, yeah, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Steve. This is your show. I usually am not at a loss of words.
Well, you know, I'm sorry, what was that, Frank? Go ahead.
I agreed.
Well, I will tell you right now, first and foremost, nobody watches my show to watch me. They usually are always on to watch my guests. And I always try to make sure I have interesting guests and just bring something different to the table. So if there's anything you want to say, just say, Steve, zip it. I want to talk. and it's all you guys. But yeah, no, I was just blown away that I was 1 minute I was outstanding I was just walking around the I'm sorry, I'm still at a loss for words.
Well, you texted me and said, hey, I'm here. Are you here? And I said, oh, yeah. Well, I knew your picture because I see you all the time. So, and you told me where you were. So I grabbed Shannon and I said, Shannon, let's go meet Steve. And she says, who's Steve? I said, he's the podcast. She said, okay. She does anything. She's wonderful. Wonderful daughter. And we went over and we spotted you like nothing. I mean, you were
the big yellow shirt with the hand on it kind of gives me away.
Easy. That was pretty easy. And then we just drug you back to the VIP tent.
That was hilarious.
No,
I'm like, but I don't have an armband. You're like, you just we just start charging and just wave at the guy and just right on through. That was a riot.
Oh yeah, but you were gay. I mean, it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
We would have got through anyway. I could talk. I could sell ice to an igloo, you know, or Eskimo, I should say.
Well, I'm quite sure if push came to shove, Tom Cole knows exactly who I am. Him and I talk occasionally, so I'm quite sure that if push came to shove, Tom would be like, "Let the guy through."
Tom Cole, what a sweetheart!
Isn't he great?
He's wonderful. You know, can I just say thanks to a lot of people?
You can say anything you want. The show is yours.
You know, Tim passed very suddenly. He died of COVID. We were not able to have a funeral or a memorial. So this was like a memorial service for him. We want to thank the paintball community. They really rallied. You talk about Tom Cole. I mean, given 100%, maybe 200%. You talk about DLX technology. They did all that. The beautiful tribute, the field. Tim's face was on every bunker.
That was a shocker.
Gog Paintball.
Tearjerker movie the minute I arrived.
Caesar is the creator of a lot of armbands and patches and paraphernalia that he gave away. He also made that incredible Lux with Tim's number on the
shocker. Yeah.
Oh my God! You have one, you know.
Yes, yeah, I do. It's right. It's right there, and yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
I got so many signatures on the case, and then I've got your signature and Frank's signature and Shannon's signature on the back there.
Well, there was Russell and Daryl. You know, they did T-shirts as a tribute. The players from near and far. I mean, we talked with people that stopped us. We had the 3 guys from the Philippines out of the 5 in the Northeast. There's armbands, there's patches. They were wearing his number. You know, I showed you the little tribute that the Tampa.
Well, you showed me, but I don't think all my guests know what this is. So I'm just going to paraphrase. All the people from Damage had these little necklaces that Jen is showing, and I just found out about this now with his number on it. But they all have a little bit of his ashes. So when Tampa Bay Damage was playing, they had Tim Montresor on the field with them, which I think is pretty amazing.
He made the semifinals.
So he made the semifinals. Yes, ma'am.
Tampa Bay. Oh my gosh. You know, baby Bear Edwards. Oh, what an incredible. That's the play. You want to tell him?
I mean, that was the play of the game, I thought, or
it was.
Or at least the part that I was stalled because we were talking so much with so many people.
They just didn't know the background that he had been hit in the groin was an excruciating pain. The next move, he's barreling down the field. He is just annihilating everybody left and right. He goes up to the end and he punches it gets the point in 21 seconds. Come on, who does that? That was incredible.
I thought it was pretty wild.
Oh, I keep watching it over and over, and I didn't have a clear video, but that was just incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was
hurt.
His little brother.
That's baby Edwards. So. We call him Bear because he's like a big bear, and they say, "Don't poke."
He's not too little.
He's not little. Don't poke a sleeping bear. Well, they woke him up. He was down that field.
We met a ton of super people. They really were.
They're wonderful. The paintball community is a large family, and they were just wow. Wow.
We're glad we went.
So
what was your like? I'm assuming you've been to World Cups before.
Well, yeah. You know, and we didn't go 2016 when they won. We missed that one. We that
was the year we just got
here. And we went 17, we went 18, 19, and 20. Or we missed last year. We did not go last year. I don't know why. Oh, Frank was undergoing cancer treatments at that time, and
that sucks.
we couldn't go. We couldn't risk it, so we missed it. But
so was there anything about this World Cup? I mean, other than the blatant obvious of how much of a focus was on your son, but was there anything about this World Cup that you really noticed that was different than other World Cups, like outside of?
I want to say there was still a large turnout. I mean, it was, I would say 50% there.
Yeah, it really did feel like there was a lot of people there. Like, I mean, the shops were at about 25 to 30% of what they normally were, 25%, a third ish. But that being beside the point, like it felt like a really busy cup.
I thought it was busy. I saw people. What I liked is that everybody was having fun. Did you see them? I mean, they can go and they can kill each other on the field, but afterwards celebrate. And they're cheering and they're having fun. I mean,
did you hear the story about, like, did you read the story about my my Ultra Shocker and what happened to it?
What happened to it?
Okay, so I was using it all day for the most part, and I was only supposed to be playing half the games, but we lost a couple of our members, so I played all 8 games.
Oh.
And I was just doing, yeah, I was completely wrecked afterwards, but
That was on Sunday, right?
that was on Sunday. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I thought you looked a
Good.
little drug out.
Yeah, I was really drug out. So, right before our game 7, there was a group of guys called the Pit Boys, and they had Holstein cow print, so black and white print jerseys, and they were really having a hard time with hot gun issues. They were shooting Planet Eclipse, and this one guy, no matter what he did, he just kept going out on the field, and he was getting flagged as having a hot gun. And so it was like 20 seconds in, and I thought, you know what, this is the gun that I've got in my hand is a pay it forward gun. It is a tribute to the troops, and I just went, dude, take mine. And I charged out. He had 20 seconds on the field. I literally ran on the field, handed it to him, and charged off the field. And the Pit Boys were just blown away that I'd handed this shocker right before they went off. So he went off. They charged the game, and they just completely annihilated the other team. It was great. I think the guy I handed the gun to hung the buzzer. So in a way, I feel like I won a little bit.
Yeah.
And he handed the marker back to me.
Wow.
Which was awesome. And I immediately was on deck, and because we were playing the game right after. So the gun just went from him to me, and I got out there, horn sounded, I started shooting, and then 30 seconds in, it died.
No way.
The gun the trigger fell out.
What?
The trigger pin backed itself out, and apparently that's a quirk of shockers. If you don't have the pin in just right, sometimes the trigger pin can back out just from the way it is. Not a big deal. The Smart Parts guys had me fixed up afterwards. Like, the gun is gorgeous. I am no way, shape, or form am I complaining. I just didn't know my gun that well because it's new to me, right? So I come off the field afterwards, and I go straight up to the pit, and I'm like, dude, you rocked it so hard you broke it. And they're all just like, oh. We laugh. We had a good time. But yeah, that's my, like, other than meeting you guys, that's my favorite story of all of World Cup.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of funny.
The people that were there. First of all, I didn't know what to expect with
I didn't either. I had no idea.
the corona going around, and people thinking we were crazy for going.
They did think we were crazy.
So, but we felt
no regrets.
Hey, that's right. No regrets.
No regrets. Glad we went.
And,
I do want to send condolences out though to Kevin Cox's family. They lost Kevin just 2 or 3 days before Tim. He was also a paintballer. His number was 00. I forget the team that he played for, but his fiance and his mother were there, and they had come up and told me their story. But I know they're hurting just as much as we are. But we've lost quite a few paintballers. There was one other name thrown out there that I wasn't familiar with, but
yeah, I'm honestly not familiar with the Cox family, but my condolences.
yeah.
So now, was there anything about was there anything about what was done? Like, I mean, that 40 seconds that
man,
that was surreal. Like, I mean,
it was wow. I'm tearing up when I think about that.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
It's a good happiness.
That's one thing I've learned in the last year is to, hey, if it's gonna come out, cry. Go ahead and cry.
Amen. I agree 100%.
I'm going to say that Tim would never want this.
It wasn't pain. It's pride and joy, and
it's just the emotion coming out.
Yeah.
Tim would never want this fuss, though. He would want to say, okay, you guys, let's go play ball and let's go have some beer. I mean, that was just him. And
that's what we did. When that 40 seconds was over, the way the stands and the fans and everybody just erupted, like it was a roar. It could have been Yankee Stadium filled to the max, World Series. It was just Super Bowl. It was Daytona 500. It was the roar of the crowd was insane, right? Like the minute the 40 seconds ended, and I know I was yelling at the top of my lungs.
Yeah, the crowd was unbelievable at the place. Yeah.
Well, they were rooting for Tampa Bay. I'm going to tell you, we're backing up. I mean, they were rooting. I couldn't believe it. And I'm going to tell you, the biggest rooters were behind us, the Houston Heat, Tim's old team. And I
Yes.
tell you, they were yelling and screaming. They wanted Tampa. We all wanted Tampa, but man, they were just fans. They were. So, I mean, that's the thing about paintball. You play, but if you don't win, you're rooting for your buddies. I mean, your buddies, you want somebody to win. So if you can't do it, your buddies will.
Absolutely. And Houston Heat, they still consider you family and very protective.
Oh yeah. Should we tell them about our little incident?
I wasn't going to, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to. But this is not a story that I should tell because it makes me sound egotistical. But if you want to, by all means, this is a funny story.
Well, you were sitting with us there at the World Cup, and I had
Yes.
invited you. We're just chatting, having a good old time. You knew half the people there anyway. Well, somebody sent a text out or a phone call that Mom Montrester's in trouble. Well, somehow it got over back to Ryan Moorhead and Chad and the group, and they came charging across the field, and they were going to protect me. They were going to take you out. I had this little army.
Yeah. And it's funny because I had just prior to that, I just said, because you were talking with so many people, I said, you know what, listen, I'm in the way. You know what? I know you didn't believe it, but you were talking to so many people and I felt like I was just intruding. And I thought it was best for me to go do other things. I mean, as much as I loved hanging with you, I can't keep you all to myself. You guys are awesome. And everybody wants to share in the moment. And so I just respectfully backed away. So I'm kind of glad I did because I'm kind of proud of these pearly whites.
Well, I don't know what they were going to do. I mean, they came over and they were pumping their iron. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, they literally made it across the field in like 3.2 seconds. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
I mean, but man, nothing was going to happen there. I mean, if
you would have protected me. I just would have hid behind you too. It's like,
think about it. Nobody's going to do anything to me at a paintball rally. Anything happened to me, there's going to be 40 guns on him. I mean,
at least.
I mean,
I remember one thing there that was probably skipping around here, but there were a ton of people and they're all just standing around being patient, wanting to get in and talk and give their condolences and say how they knew Tim and so on and so forth. But there's this one young kid that, undoubtedly he couldn't have been, I guess he was a high schooler. That's about it.
Junior high, 16. He's graduating next year. And he was some kind of technical support on Houston Heat.
Oh, that's it. And
oh my gosh.
Anyway, so he waited, and he didn't say excuse me or give me any looks. I had no idea that I'm not a guy that gets asked to sign autographs. So
I did.
Yeah, that was the first. And then the second was that kid. After everyone, there was a break. People weren't around, and he said, "You're Tim's dad." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Would you mind signing my shirt?" And so anyway, I signed his shirt. But that was sort of.
Well, you know what? That was Tim. How many years ago? Yeah. Tim started out that way. He started watching. Who was it? Freddie. Who's the guy that made all the tapes? It wasn't Freddie. I mean, we wore those tapes out. He watched them over and over and over.
Freddie the Ref?
Oh, yeah.
Like Freddie the Ref from California?
Oh, yeah. Tim didn't ask for a lot of things. And, I mean, he asked for guns. Yeah, I know. I bought this first gun. I did. I mean, he didn't ask for a lot, but we bought these tapes, these paintball tapes, how to play paintball, how to be defensive. And he wore those suckers out, and he made his sisters watch them. And then the old VHS tapes, over and
Oh,
over.
Fred Schultz.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, they watched those videos over and over. And then we took him to paintball.
Did you know Jim, the guy that owned the Brighton paintball operation?
No, I'm sorry. I can't say that I do. I might have met him, but I wouldn't say that I know him.
Well, they
that's where he got started.
when we moved up there, the outfit I was with, one of the guys lived out in towards our area, and I think Jenny and them were still down in.
No,
they hadn't moved yet.
That's not true. No.
What was it?
It was the Davis boy.
Oh, I know who.
Davis, yes. The Davis boy was playing out there and drug Tim along.
They had a father and son weekend.
Yeah.
And invited us.
That's right.
And then from then on, that's where Tim became 100% involved. Ended up working there. Ended up actually running the place. They set up all the fields. Him and a couple other guys that.
Yeah. What was the out in Pinckney?
Yeah,
they were really good.
Place called Pinckney, Michigan.
They were good.
Hell Survivors is in Pinckney, Michigan.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Hell.
That's the one right downtown.
The name of the town.
Well, in Pinckney, Michigan, in the center of the town, there's Hell Survivors. That's one of the biggest, most iconic paintball fields in the world, really.
Oh,
I'm not going to say it's the number one, but it's in Pinckney, Michigan. That Hell Survivors is the big one. I'm not saying there's not others, but I just know that that's the one I do know that's there. And I've played it and reffed it. It's a great field.
Also a big motorcycle place.
I bet.
Yeah,
I just looked it up, and this person here that says play for 40, that's Caesar. He's watching.
Oh my God. Isn't Caesar? Oh, he's a sweetheart.
Did you see that when he talked about giving you that the last of the 15, his arms literally shot up with goosebumps. I don't think I've ever seen that happen to a grown man before. Like he was
brilliant. You guys got into what he can do. The guy is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that lube that he makes.
Ultra Silk and Boob Juice.
Maybe not. You got to watch those pins because it's so slippery. You can lose the pin that way. I mean, it really works. The guy is brilliant.
Yes, he is.
He's got so much potential. You just wait. He's got some things brewing. And you know about him. You can't say though.
I can't say. That's the worst thing about this podcast. Like the absolute worst thing about this podcast is that I get involved in all these stories, and there's like, don't say anything, but and it's just like, my job is to say things, right? I mean, I think it's I'm not going to say it's as bad as waterboarding, but it really is a torture.
It is. It's waterboarding. Future ball paintball. That's where Tim's got his first start. It's out in Whitmore Lake. It's not out in Hell. And Hell is not really Hell. Hell has the best restaurant out there and hamburgers. We used to ride our motorcycles out there.
I assume it's all flame broiled.
Oh gosh, they're so good. Who cares if they're flame broiled? Probably from Hell, right?
Exactly.
They have the best food out there. Oh man, I tell you, all I can tell you is that paintball is fun. It is fun, and our boys, go out and have fun. Tim's, as a parent, you want your child to be happy, find what they love, and to do it. You also hope that they're good people. And this weekend, it was very reassuring to know that he touched a lot of lives.
Thousands, hundreds, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands.
That he was kind, and he loved what he did.
Yep.
I thought it was amazing. I'm gonna change the subject a little bit here just to help to deflect for a second. But I thought it was amazing that his girlfriend Shannon said that he had just officially racked up 1 million air miles.
Actually, it's 2 million miles.
Actually, he'd been 2 million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just reason he just racked up this other million. He has switched airlines.
Yeah.
So he was now on American, or was most recent.
Right. Million miles. Yes.
Mainly.
I gave him one of those scratch maps. He was really hard to buy for. We gave him one of those scratch maps to scratch where he's been. And the only thing that was left was basically Russia. So it was really amazing.
I think he's been to Russia.
No, he didn't make it to Russia.
No, I thought Shannon was talking about it.
They were supposed to go to Russia and they couldn't get passports. But God knows, with Tim and the boys, they probably took some train and smuggled their way in. You know those boys. You just know. And some of the story, oh my God, the stories this last weekend, oh my gosh. They were what were they telling me about being so drunk in Las Vegas? Oh, 3 wheels, and they were caning each other. What are they doing caning each other? You never know. And they woke up to the team house in Pittsburgh with a stuffed bear, a 5-foot stuffed bear. Where did they get that? I mean, you just never know these boys. I'm so glad. It was like a big fraternity.
Yeah, they really did have
they did, and they will.
A good and an educational life by their travels.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, it's all fine, well and good to learn things in books and schools, but when you actually go somewhere and experience it, there's no amount of reading in the world that compares with firsthand experience. There just isn't.
I think it was Sam's mom was it Sam or was it Sam's mom?
Dorothy?
I think maybe it wasn't Dorothy. Maybe it was Chad's mom. One of them, or maybe Sam's mom. I forget which one. But she said that this generation is not into material things. They're into having experiences. And I think that's true. They like traveling. They like seeing things. They like doing things. It's a different generation. Maybe we need to learn from them. Give up all these material things and.
Yeah, but this generation can't really afford material things either. Like, I mean, back in the 60s, with a high school job, you could buy a brand new car.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, good luck with that now.
Yeah.
Just so, like, what are you going to spend your money on? You're going to save and save and save and then have nothing and just be bored? Or are you going to just have a nice little place and then try to travel and learn and experience? And like, I don't think foodie was really a term 10 years ago, but now everyone's a foodie.
A what?
A
foodie.
Oh, you have to learn the terminology here.
Yeah. A foodie basically means somebody that is a lover of food, but not just any food, good food, and trying to experience new foods and whatnot. And so you travel to different restaurants and things like that. I'd never heard of that. I don't think I can ever remember anybody saying foodie 10, 15 years ago, but now everybody's a foodie, so to speak.
Connoisseur, right? Connoisseur.
Sure.
Let me tell you that 50 years ago, the guys and I would be standing around talking about what we were going to do, from after school, high school, and talking about college, and that always, hey, be very content to get a job for 10 grand a year, and we'd have it knocked. 10,000. We thought that was a lot of money, and today it's nothing.
Yeah.
Different.
So, did you have a hot car back then?
Yeah, I've always loved sports cars, so I've had multi-sports cars and not new ones. Okay, even though a brand new car in those days cost $2,000 to $4,000.
Right.
So, but I've had Triumphs. I've had a Triumph Stag, which was really a unique car. It was a V8, and Austin Healey.
And my Porsche.
Yeah, well, that was a late that was a recent
He
toy.
didn't want it anymore. He gave me his Porsche.
So, and now I've said goodbye to him. I'm tired of stooping down trying to get into him.
Driving a Hummer now, just like a big.
That's what Jenny wants me to get, and
and he drove one. He totally loved it.
But
totally.
I like my Jeep, especially when I go to the gas station. Very seldom.
Well, we lived in Detroit. We had 7 cars in the driveway at one time. So yeah. Detroit, we were lovers of autos. Lovers.
Yeah, I guess.
7 autos and
yeah, we moved down here. We had all these extra cars, and we had to start selling them.
Yeah.
But I've always liked Jeep. We've had.
Love Jeep. Yeah.
We've had, I don't know.
Well, we lived in Detroit. We needed it for snow. Put in 4-wheel, go.
Well, I still have my.
Oh, that's the thing. You know what, Steve?
Cherokee down here.
I'm gonna rat Tim out.
All right.
I gave Tim a 4-wheel Jeep, Jeep Wrangler, 4-wheel drive.
Nice.
And it was kind of I gave it to him, and he broke 3 of the motor mount screws off. Don't know how, and he swears he didn't off-road. But I know that somebody out there knows the truth. Either Fatty that knows or Nick or somebody. But man, I'd really like to find out what happened. He swears he never went off-road. Never. But the car was meticulously washed before he came home. But I'd like to figure out how he got 3 of those motor pins broken. That was that's a mystery. But I mean, those boys don't tell anything. I tell you.
No.
Yeah.
There's 3 demandments that guys have, and that goes double for paintballers. And the 3 demandments are deny, deny, deny.
Well,
see, Frank's laughing. He knows the truth. I don't know what you're talking about. Media hype, filthy rumors started by communists. I hate those darn Cubans.
Wow.
So are you still planning on playing possibly in Florida in January?
Yeah. Are you coming down?
I don't know the answer to that question. It really all depends on if I can find a way to get there and if the countries will allow me to.
Oh.
Well, you know that Rick.
You probably, I wouldn't doubt if everything gets called off by then, the way it's going to shape up.
No, it's January.
It's not getting better.
We're actually going out to the field this weekend. I don't know if you know, Rick Rico was a paintball player, 28 years. He had a near fatal car accident, almost killed him. Took him months and months to get healthy, but he was supposed to host an event before his accident, and he wasn't able to have it or to pay the people the teams that had paid money. So now he's rolling it over. He's okay. He's permanently disabled,
right?
But he still owns his fields. He's having a tournament in January. Is it January 16th?
I think so. And he's dedicating a field, as I understand it, to your son as well.
Yeah, and actually, I got an offer to play with Philly All-Americans, which was Tim's favorite team.
Nice.
Oh, I know. Wow. Yeah.
It still blows my mind, and I'm thank you for telling me, but it still blows my mind that there was the opportunity that I might have played for the Phillies at the last Iron City Classic.
Yeah, you told me.
You were supposed to play. Remember, you had asked to sub on any team.
I said if there was a team that you can throw me on just so that I could try 10-man, because I've never played it. And he goes, "Yep, I'll put you on a team. It'll be an iconic team, but you won't know until you get there." And it wasn't until you told me the other day.
It's supposed to be All-Americans. He was called in favor.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, but just to play, I mean, just go and have fun. He's always telling me, "Mom, you work too hard. What do you do for play, or what do you do for fun?" I said, "Well, but."
So, do you see yourself doing more stuff in paintball, just as yourself, or?
No, I'm doing this only for fun.
Right, but I mean,
I'm very competitive, but no, paintball, you guys are in shape, and you guys, I don't, I love it.
So not me.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't been to the gym.
I wasn't going to comment.
Yeah.
I go to the gym every day, but I can't go now with the pandemic. I'm more like the low impact.
Well, I think what I meant more along the lines was like, it was almost like you became paintball's new mom at World Cup. Like, everybody there just looked up to you, and like,
Because
I
I have the gift of gab.
yes, but there's more than that. Like,
Yeah.
being able to talk is not the same as being able to earn respect with what you say. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so many people looked up to you.
My son was brilliant, and he became brilliant because he studied and he worked at it. Do I know anything about paintball? No. But I do know enough on where to go and get the information.
Right. No, but it's not so much that. It's just that you have a passion, and I just wondered if we're going to be seeing you at paintball tournaments more often. I'm not saying play, I'm not saying being competitive, but just showing up and just doing your thing.
I think that we will be going to more functions.
I love paintball, what it gave to my son, the community, and there's a lot of ideas that Tim had going. He wanted to, he personally said that paintball was on the rise, but it was going to be a younger group. He also said that the biggest growing market was in Asia. He was really pushing Asia, and it may not be as, I'll spill the beans. They were working on a gun and a paintball for the police over in Asia to use as a weapon. So, I mean, there's all sorts of avenues, and you also look at your women. Women are on the move.
Oh yeah.
I mean, did you see some of those women players? They were awesome.
When I played Destiny last year, when I played at Chicago last year, I played with Destiny, which is a very pro female team, and they have, I think it's 18 teams around the world.
Isn't that awesome? Let the girls play. I mean, there's one. I follow this little girl over in England.
Yes.
See, I've been following her. I just think she's a doll, baby. And
I had her on a test podcast a while ago. I'll see if I can find it for you. I talked to her and her dad quickly because it's England. They can't be on the normal show, so I'd have to set something up.
Yeah. Man, what did she want? She wanted a new gun, and he was going to buy her one.
Yeah, she wants a pink Lux.
Well, why not? Why not dream?
Hey, it's just I'm not saying no. It's just one of those things. It's a roughly $2,000 gun, give or take.
Yeah, and she's not there yet. She's going to be. She is.
Oh yeah.
So I think the market has to go to Indonesia. It has to go to women, and I don't know how we're going to get the youth. We got to recruit the youth in. I mean, these kids. We have a grandson that, I have to be kind here. They're into videos. They're into the technology,
right?
Smartphones. But the one way that I got Tim off the couch, because Tim was like 4 feet high, 4 feet wide. I told him he had to get off the couch. You have to do some sports. And he didn't succeed at basketball. He's not tall. He was never a tall guy.
Right.
He did fine in junior high and until high school when the boys started sprouting up. Football, he was little. He was good when he was a good football player when he was young. But I mean, soccer, he was pretty good. He was fast at soccer, but paintball, man, he could just. Anybody can play paintball. You look at the Russians, and they're huge guys. I mean, they're like moving targets. I mean, you're gonna shoot those guys? Easy targets, But he was smaller. He was quick. He was good in the snake. He liked the snake when he was young. But I think the new market is going to be women, girls and women. Females. He's saying no. Yeah, you
No,
wait.
I said, I don't know.
We're gonna design some pink outfits. You want to watch me?
Tim was out there. He understood. He could recognize a market.
Yeah, it was Asia. He said the up and coming was Asia.
Yeah. He had that knack.
Yeah, Australia. Australia was booming at that time. It was Michael down there. He just opened a brand new store. So it's kind of booming there. It'll be interesting. I think, it's a sport that anyone can enjoy.
Absolutely.
Well,
it's the only sport that I know of on the planet where parents can play with their kids and be competitive at the same time.
I agree.
Like there's no other sport where men, women, and children all play as equals that I can think of. That's an actual sport. Everything else gets subdivided or whatnot. But in paintball, it's no contact, it's high speed, and your best weapon is right here. So
it was neat to see Adam playing.
Oh, yeah, Adam. Oh, I tell you.
We're talking about Adam Gardner?
He's an incredible man. Incredible. I think he'll be the future too. I think he's got some things that he can develop. It'll be interesting. I think we need to get a line of products, kind of low end, middle line, to get people interested and just run with it.
Do you hear what she said?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Do you want me to design them? Clothes? No, I can sew. I can sew you anything.
I think he's referring to the fact that Fred Schultz and I are starting Stronghold.
I know that.
Yeah. So I think that's what that's all about.
Okay.
And I'm sure if you want to talk to us off air, we can probably figure something out. And I'm sure Fred Schultz would love to meet you.
I tell you, I'll design you something. And I think markers, you got to make them that women can carry them too. I don't want to be carrying some of these big things. So we'll see the market develop. We'll see what it goes.
We shall see.
And we want them pretty too. We want bling,
We want bling.
Take yours all out. You should see some of these markers, guns. I mean, oh my gosh, some of them are just outright gorgeous. I saw one, it had flames all over it. I mean, it was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Go up and say, can I hold this?
Had what over it?
It had flames going like fire. And, guys, somebody spent a lot of time and money on that thing. I don't know if it worked for the heat, you don't know about that, but it was gorgeous.
The ones I like now, there's some old school gunsmiths that are actually engraving the guns. So it has that old scroll work that used to be fancy on like Wild West type firearms. Those things are just absolutely gorgeous. And I think that's the new trend, because it's easy enough to do an anodizing or a dip or a mill job per se, but this is true artists getting out a little chisel and just tapping, and the whole things are being done in scroll, and it's just so gorgeous.
We'll see. I think there are going to be some changes.
Yeah.
That's
the one constant though. There's always change. Nothing ever stays the same. You never know what's going to happen next.
You don't know, but
all right. Well, we've had you for 45 minutes.
Yeah, time to.
It flies on this show, doesn't it? Now, I'm not saying we have to stop, but I know that you have a long shift tomorrow at work.
I do.
And I didn't know if there was anything that you wanted to talk to. Oh, so I just wait before we go anything. Fred Schultz says, I'm in with you guys. So remember when we were talking about how Tim had that tape that he wore out by that Fred guy?
Oh my gosh.
That's that Fred guy.
Is that the Freddie? Oh
yeah, it's Fred Schultz.
It was a VHS tape.
Would you like me to invite him into the show?
Sure.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let's see if we can get him on.
I'm gonna have to give him one of those tapes. It was what was it called? I'll remember it.
Wow.
It was basic paintball.
Yeah.
And boy, Tim watched that over and over and over. He
All
made
right, Mr. Fred Schultz, I sent you a link if you want to join in on us. You can click on it. He knows the drill. He's got his show, Mr. Fred and Friends, on Tuesdays.
I've watched. Your alert came off on my phone here. I was cooking dinner for tomorrow, and I'm throwing spaghetti sauce in the pot so that my poor hubby won't starve. Not that he doesn't starve.
No, I don't think he would starve.
He could live on all the ice cream, right?
There'd just be a more restricted, narrower selection.
Right. So what is it that what is it you cooked?
I made I was doing hamburger and onions to make it into a spaghetti sauce so it could brew all day in the crock pot.
Oh,
that way,
nice.
Yeah, something that nice and warm. It got a little chilly here.
Yeah, we got down to 45.
Oh no, it's snowing here.
Ooh.
Oh my heaven. Yeah. Our daughter sent us a picture of that
in Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan yesterday with or I think while we were at the games. And they had their first snow.
All I know is I left Florida. I was hot. I was exhausted. I was sweaty. I slept for 18 hours. I woke up and it was snowing.
Wow.
Well, today it was, I put a jacket on. It was 55, I guess, this morning when I was out. And that was about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Cool. I just got a message from Fred Schultz. He said he'd be on in a minute.
Don't you promote that heated clothing too?
I know I have a Milwaukee jacket that's heated. It plugs. It's got the batteries that go into power tools. Yeah, I love that. And I got the sweater too.
We had them for motorcycles.
Yeah, I was a Harley hog driver. I love my Harley. Comment. I love my Harley. I know, when I brought my first motorcycle home. He didn't talk to me for a week. It was the best week of my life. And I came home, and who was riding my motorcycle? I came home early one day, and who was out riding my motorcycle?
So yours was nicer than his? Is that it?
Well,
no, I didn't. I gave it up years ago after multiple accidents.
Well, you didn't ride it, and then he was riding it everywhere. He was running his errands.
I went and bought another. That's why we weren't. I wasn't talking to her. She knew I was against him. She knows it's dangerous.
But I never wiped out. He wiped out 3 times. I never wiped out.
So we've had him until we moved down here, and here
we got rid of him 2 years ago.
You get killed in the car or on a motorcycle.
Well, it's a big city down here, and they're crazy drivers here. Crazy drivers.
And half of them aren't licensed.
License is always serious.
Very serious.
Serious.
I believe you. I'm just now. How can somebody just drive around and not be licensed though? How is that even possible?
Well, because there's a lot of non-documented people here also, I guess you call it.
I get it.
The island, I guess, is part of it.
I had a question and I just completely lost it. It was just there and then gone. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about after paintball in January. Do you know where you think you might be going next?
Well, the Philippines said there's a tournament up in Baltimore, isn't there?
Could be.
Well, I got to go root for the Philippines. I'm half Filipino. I got to root for the Philippines.
Fair enough.
Those boys are really, really sweet. They were
the next big trip
Jersey.
We plan is
we have to go to
Pittsburgh,
Chicago.
Iron City
Classic. Okay.
Well, we've got Tim is going to the Hall of Fame, so that will be somewhere in Chicago too.
I don't think that was fully announced yet, but okay.
Probably does.
I don't think anybody. There's not a person on the planet that wouldn't have guessed that. So I don't think it's a big slip, but I don't think that was actually announced yet.
We're supposed to be doing something there, and then I've got There's a bunch. I tell you, I should be his press secretary, right? I've got 2 or 3 emails here of things I have to do for him.
For him, Hanu?
For Tim.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a bunch of things for him in memory of.
And I think I haven't talked to Tom Cole yet, but normally Vegas is the first NXL event.
Yeah, I
and
know.
It's usually in March.
I know. It'll be my birthday. I'm hoping Tampa. I want Tampa to win something.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
How's it going to feel to be 33 again?
Oh, wow.
We could go to that one.
Yeah.
If things are cleared up.
Right.
Well, I think it's if for everybody on this pandemic. Hopefully this vaccine will be out and we're free to go. We're cleared.
That would be sweet.
I know. Really a lockdown.
Yeah, that's what I'm in lockdown. I'm not allowed to go out of my apartment for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Luckily, I slept through the first 2 days.
So what happens if you need groceries or stuff? You have to send out?
Yep. Call a friend, something, have them to have it delivered.
Wow.
Yep. I'm not allowed to go anywhere. Not allowed to do anything, allowed to come in contact with anybody.
I don't know how they enforce that. How do they?
He said the police come get them.
Well, they can call me, and if they call me and they ping my phone and my phone isn't at my actual address or thereabouts, then the police can come get me, and the police can come knock on my door at any given time to double check to see if I'm where I'm supposed to be.
And is that just because you were in the
country,
state?
Out of the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least they'll let you go and come.
Like if I could fly to BC and back and there wouldn't be a thing said, but because I flew to the States, they're not yeah.
They just don't want you to spend your money down here. That's all.
I gave up trying to figure out what the government was thinking years ago.
Oh, hey, yeah,
I just gave up.
Yeah, don't even mention government tonight.
Nope, I agree 100%. But yeah, that was so. I went to Denver to be with the Ali Remembered Foundation in June, and I did a 2-week quarantine after that. That was horrible because my apartment doesn't have air conditioning, so I was in the summer in an upstairs apartment, and it was just so hot. I didn't enjoy that at all. And then I went to Florida, so I have given up an entire month in quarantine just to travel for paintball this year.
Wow.
But it was worth it both times because
Exactly.
the Ali Remembered Foundation is such a good cause. Like
Tell everybody about that because I met one of your friends,
Andy.
Yes, he lost his daughter.
Yes, that's Ali. That's what the whole thing is after.
That is, wow. That is, he lost his daughter to domestic violence.
Yep.
I think the trial is supposed to be going on like
February-ish.
And
assuming it doesn't get postponed again.
That poor family. I mean, and so now he created a nonprofit to make awareness of domestic violence,
yeah, they actually do a lot more than just that though. They volunteer regularly with like food drives and things like that. They volunteer with the police departments on helping like shop with cops, and like there's a bunch of different things within Denver that they do. They've developed the Pit Pals program, which was supposed to be live this year, but because of COVID didn't happen. And that's basically bringing kids from challenged houses or like domestic violence survivors, things like that, bringing them to be pod runners and stuff with pro teams at the NXL and giving all sorts of stuff. But on top of that, they're also going to be trying to work towards creating scholarships to help kids get a proper education and break the cycle, because if you're stuck in a cycle, so yeah, there's so many things that the Ali Remember Foundation does on top of. Plus, there's an organization called Women Breaking Plates, which is basically a female empowerment group, and they help out with that as well. Like it's easy enough to say they created a nonprofit organization, and please don't think I'm not correcting you, because I'm not. It's just people don't really appreciate just how much the Ali Remembered Foundation actually does. They're constantly reaching out in any aspect of a person's life that could make the family have difficulty that would cause them to lash out towards family members.
Wow.
And trying to lead by example, saying, listen, we know things are bad. Here's a better way to do it. And let's lead by example, and let's help you wherever we can. And so they're teaching people how to help each other, as opposed to pointing fingers and passing blame and throwing punches. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. That really,
yeah.
You just don't know what other people are walking through. And right now with this pandemic, it tends to make, people more, what do you want to say, depressed. There are hard times right now. There's a lot of unemployment. There's hardship for a lot of people, and that stress can escalate. So I applaud him for doing that.
Yeah, me too. That was his way of coping with, instead of letting the negativity of the situation hit him, he used it to better himself. But I need to change the subject for just a second, because I don't want to leave somebody sitting in the wings. But look who's able to join us.
Oh, Freddie!
Good evening, everyone. How are you, Mrs. Montresor?
I'm good. I'm Jenny. I'm Jen.
Oh,
and this is,
I love it. How are you doing,
this is
John?
Frank Montresor, is Tim Montresor's dad.
How are you doing, Frank? Very proud to meet you, sir.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
I've seen you at least.
I think I saw it.
Yes,
you were there,
video.
right?
No, video.
No, yes. I wasn't down there this time. Nope. I mean, I've been at a lot of World Cups, and but they've been a while ago.
Yeah, I had to send you an invite and bring you on, because we were actually talking about you, because one of the few things that Tim Montresor wanted when he was starting to play, and he wanted as a gift, was your video. And she was talking about the few things that Tim Montresor wanted. And I'm like, well, I know that guy. Let's get him on.
Yeah, I just feel real bad I never got a chance to meet him, because he sounds like my kind of guy. I worked a lot of years promoting the sport of paintball when it was very, very young and just getting started. And the way I understand it, Tim worked extremely hard and extremely intelligent about the way he did it. He was just, all I can say is he was just terrific for the sport. I am very, very, very sad for you guys, and very sad for myself that I didn't get a chance to actually sit and talk to him and go over things with him, because I'm sure him and I would have been on the same page for an awful lot of things.
I think so too. He watched you many, many, many times on those videos.
I'm honored. I'm honored that you even say that, to be honest with you.
Warm out. I think we ordered a second set.
Well, I just can't thank you enough for even saying that. And like I say, he's done an awful lot for the sport. I love paintball just like Steve loves paintball, and just like Tim loved paintball. And it was guys like Tim that keeps the sport going. I obviously I'm getting old. That's just how it works. But yeah, it sucks, don't it? But anyhow, but you gotta. We'll leave Steve out of this, because he'll tear into me about old now. But you like passing the baton on to somebody that cares enough about the sport that actually works really, really hard for it. And although I didn't get to meet Tim, I've talked to an awful lot of people about Tim, and he comes up 2 thumbs up every time. So he had to be a terrific, terrific person. And again, I'm honored that you said that he enjoyed the video. I just you made my night.
You know that we were talking about Stronghold a little bit as well, and she's got ideas that we have to do pink stuff.
Oh, you know what? If Mr. Montresor wants to do something, I think that we should listen, to be honest. But
I agree 100%.
Right now, these are my T-shirts.
Oh, is that right? This
T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a sweatshirt. It's my CC sweatshirt.
This is our logo.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, Steve actually designed this. Steve's, he's kind of the brainchild behind all of this. I don't want.
I wouldn't say brainchild.
Yeah, I would. I don't want to pump him up too much, or the hat won't fit his head anymore. But, but yeah, Steve's been pretty good. We've been working for a while on this, and we would be. I know I would be more than honored to have you two guys get involved and maybe do some stuff with us too. We're just getting started. I believe that we're going to roll pretty good, but I think that we could put something out there that Tim would be proud of, and to keep Tim in the minds of everybody.
I'd like to see a women's line. I want you can do that. I like a women's line. I don't want to wear those old men's clothes. I'm sorry. They're kind of.
Oh, a clothesline. I got it. Because I was going to say, my wife's got a lot of different lines. So I got it now. We're on the same page here.
Look at that down. I mean, something pink. Yeah.
Something pink?
Yeah, we like pink.
You do?
Oh,
you know what? My daughter loves pink too, so it's definitely got to be something to look at. We're open to all suggestions, and I think maybe doing something with you guys and something that in Tim's memory, I think would be a pretty cool thing.
I think that would be great.
And I'm all for it.
But we'll discuss that off air. And
yeah. Can't be on here. Absolutely not on here.
I just want to make sure there's no pressure here and like that. We're just people that love paintball spitballing, and people that love Tim spitballing, and we're just spitballing.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I feel very happy that you let me come on to meet her. I've seen her before, and I just never got to meet his parents. And I think it's great. It's an honor. I appreciate it, guys. I really do.
Us. I mean, I've seen you've been in my household. You're like Mr. What's the guy? Fred Rogers.
Oh,
we got Freddie the ref.
No. Freddie the ref is one of. This is Fred
yeah,
Schultz.
He's a friend of mine. Yeah. But I was on his site, but now I have my own site. It's called Flagpole Productions.
But we had your VHF. I swear, Tim wore those out.
I did it. I've got one that's sitting right up here. Actually, I haven't even opened it. My whole point in doing that video was to bring new people into the sport. And one thing I heard about Tim was, with the Iron City
Classic
tournament, that he had. What that did. I was a big 10-man team. I love 10-man teams. When I started, it was 15 man, and then it went to 10, and then I guess it dropped to 7, then to 5, and I figured if Tim didn't come around, pretty soon it'd just be one-on-one out there. So I was when I heard he was doing that, I was extremely happy to see somebody to keep paintball in the realm of where some of us old guys absolutely loved it and worked really hard to build it to this point. So
he wanted to bring it back. He wanted to have fun again. The 10-man, that was his favorite game. That was what he wanted to do. So,
the way I understand it, he did darn good at it.
Yeah. He's won paintball tournaments all over in every continent on the planet.
Yeah, we've got I've how many? 30. We divvied when Tim,
I don't know how many they won.
When Tim passed, we shared in his jerseys and his medals with the family, and I have the rest of them. I've got them from everywhere. I love the one from Brazil. It's green. He's got them from South America. Let's see, North America, South America. He's got them from Europe, all the Indonesia. He's got Vietnam. I don't know what he was doing in Vietnam.
Vietnam's not bad. I went to a tournament over in Thailand, and Vietnam was right there. Yeah, and I got to tell you, it was actually, other than being hot, It was extremely hot.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was standing still, I was moving too fast because it was like 120 degrees, you know. So, but you know, other than that, it's pretty cool over there. You know, it's not like it was during the war. Oh, I think I just clicked. There we go.
You're still with us, Fred?
I'm still with you. Yeah, my immortal air tank fell over.
I thought it was a model group.
I just got so excited. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm actually getting to talk to them. Steve, I get to talk to all the time. You know, that's not front page news, but you know, you guys are front page news. I love it.
Oh,
And that's what I love about Fred Schultz. And like he's been around this sport since basically the beginning, give or take a couple of years, and he still gets excited like I do. Like,
good.
Like people have called me like star chasers and posers and whatnot. I just get excited about people that are passionate about the sport. And that's why I like Fred so much, because he gets excited about people that are passionate about the sport. So it's a big honor to have you guys to talk with.
Yeah, sometimes I get too excited. You see, I just knock stuff over. So, but I'm going to keep my hands down. You know, I'm part Italian, so it's hard for me to talk unless I'm moving. You know, if I hold my hands like this, I stutter. So, but I got to tell you, you know, coming on with you guys tonight, let me jump in, which I really appreciate it, Steve. I just consider it very, very cool and very much of an honor to talk to you guys, because I've never got to talk to you, either one of you, before. So I think this is just absolutely great.
You've been in our home for decades, so
Yep.
you helped form Tim's love of paintball. So thank you.
Well, I mean, I consider that an honor. I honestly do. I appreciate it very, very much.
Well, you're welcome.
You humble me now. Now, you know, I am very good with words. Now I don't know what to say.
Yeah. You say thank you?
I said that the best I could. You know, I'm trying to tear up here. Damn it! Don't stop it.
And then when all else fails, throw an install at the Canadian. That's usually how it works.
Or knock the bottle over again. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. But you know, if Tim, like I said, I didn't get to meet him, but if he was anything like you two, I bet he was a riot. I bet he was absolutely cool.
Oh, it's Bricktop. Hey, buddy. Bricktop is from the Command Brothers. Should I send him an invite and join us?
Actually, yeah, I watched him a little bit today for a while. I believe that was, it was today. So yeah, I've never met him either.
He did a
live this morning.
He did a live at lunchtime, I think it is.
Yeah.
All right, Bricktop, if you check Facebook, I sent you a link if you want to come in and say hello.
Yeah, it's like an honor to sit and talk to these two.
This is just like the greatest hits, and they just keep coming.
Yeah.
A couple guys from behind the bunker, maybe.
You got the greatest hits right there on your show. Believe me, those two having his parents on there, I think, is absolutely outstanding. Great. And you know, I want to invite you guys on my show sometime too. I really, really would.
We'll do it.
I would enjoy it very, very much.
He does it on Tuesday nights at what? Okay, so they're on Eastern. So you're like 10 o'clock.
It'd be like 10 o'clock. You'd have to stay up. So yeah.
Bedtime.
Where are you at?
In California.
Oh,
So I do it at 7 o'clock my time, so it's 10 o'clock Eastern time. But I have a lot of people that on the East Coast that stay up, and I put them on also. I had the old paintball school guns guy on last night, and they're going to be on again next week, actually. Great bunch of guys. They're they've been in paintball for a long, long time, and I'm a guy that likes to bring people together. You know, that's what keeps the sport going. You know, if everybody starts fighting against each other, this sport is out the door. Period. Yeah. See, and you know, that's one thing that Tim did too. You know, by reviving the 10-man and keeping the 10-man alive, he brought people together. Not just the teams, but everything else that's concerned with it. You know, the fields where these guys practice, the markers that these guys get, the paint that they get, you know, all of that is a combined thing. And that's what keeps paintball alive. And so what Tim did by holding the tournament, is actually a small facet of what Tim really did in the big picture. It's hard for me to put into words, but each 10-man team that went there had to come from a field, that had to buy paint, that had to do all kinds of other things. So, yeah, if you look at the big picture, it was a big thing.
I'm going to interrupt for a second. Do you know who Jen and Frank were talking with for a whole long time at World Cup?
No,
your friend Kevin Donaldson.
Yeah, Uncle Kevin. First, Kevin wasn't going to go there. Kevin's birthday is today, everybody.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Happy birthday.
Yeah. I talked to his girlfriend just a little while ago. I don't know if he got hammered or what happened, but he's sleeping right now. and she goes, yeah, Fred. And it's so funny too. She goes, oh my God, Fred, you sound the same on the phone as you do on your podcast. It's like I got kind of a fake voice maybe when I go on the podcast or something. But I called to wish him a happy birthday. I put it online, but Kevin and I go back like 30 some years. So Kevin is a very, very special friend to me. And so I personally wanted to call him to wish him a happy birthday. So I just like I told his girlfriend, I said, don't wake him up. I said, it's hard once you're 90 like that.
You'll appreciate that.
Yeah, you'll appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. No problem there. So, Steve, you want to jump in? I mean,
I don't need to.
Here.
I got somebody else to jump in for me. I got the Brick from the Command Bros. Hey, bud, it was great meeting you this weekend. You're muted yourself, my friend.
He's muted.
Yeah, he's muted. There you go. Now we can hear you.
Right. What's good, everybody?
You're going good. How you doing?
So, Brick, we have Jennifer and Frank Montresor. I believe you met them this weekend.
Right.
And we
How y'all
have
doing?
Mr. Hall of Fame himself, Mr. Fred Schultz.
Right. I know that guy right there.
Yeah, I would hope
so. On the show before.
Yeah. I watched you guys today for a while too. You guys were great.
Oh, thanks.
I was cracking up.
Right. It was a hell of an experience going to Super Cup. You know
World
what I mean?
Cup.
I mean that World Cup. I'm getting scenario and speedball mixed. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing. You know what I mean? We need to merge the two. Once we merge the two, it'll grow more as one.
There you go. Well, out here, Super Cups is a clip joint, a hair cutting place. So.
Brothers don't go to Super Cuts. We go to Tyrone.
And I don't have to.
Right. You don't have to. Woo!
I tell everybody I'm so fast that all the hair went to the back of my head now.
That's what it is?
Not really. I tell everybody I raced a turtle the other day and came in second. So you guys got a pretty good show too. The Montresors here. I mean, what a terrific couple, and they had a terrific son.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Wasn't it surreal with that 40 seconds of silence, Brick? Like, did we lose you, buddy?
For Tim? Oh, I'm sorry. Tim's parents.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I look just like him.
You're better looking than Tim was.
But Tim was a good friend of ours too. I'm sorry for your loss. We met him when we started dealing with urban assault here in Pittsburgh with the ICC. When he re-threw the ICC, we were there for that first game, and you can feel the emotion. That 40 seconds of silence. You know, you can feel his spirit was there. You know what I mean? Like everything went smooth Saturday and Sunday, the sunshine. You know what I mean? He was happy. We were all happy. You know, you can say his spirit was among us that day.
Very cool. Well, Rico Fernandez down in Florida, he's having a tournament. I believe it's in January. Anyhow, he named the whole Mounds field after Tim. And I guess he had a real cool sign and everything made. So I am going to give it a shot to try to get down there for that tournament because, I like Rico. I think Rico is.
Jennifer's going to be playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jennifer and Frank will be there.
Frank, I'm trying to talk him into playing. He's not as Daredevilish.
What we need to do is we need to get Frank playing at a scenario event, and we'll just put him in a tank, and he can just be sitting there, just
right. You know, he'll have a tank and about 50 people to protect him. And all you got to do is just run around.
There you go. Hell, Frank, hey, you could play alongside me
all day.
You could push my chair.
There's what we ought to do. We ought to get Fred. We ought to get Mr. Fred driving, and we'll get Frank manning the gun. And between the two of them, they'll just be like,
it'd be all over. It wouldn't be fair to the other side. I'm sorry.
I'm a good shot, so
I don't doubt that.
So, Steve, when did you leave Florida?
I left Florida at about 6 a.m. Monday morning. So I was at the airport at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, because that line at the airport was ridiculous. The check-in for TSA.
Was it all 10 hours or was it?
Were you flying?
People?
Did you fly out of Orlando or?
Yeah, we flew out of Orlando to Pittsburgh. So we took Spirit, and you know how that is. That's like, yeah, I know. Seats don't recline, no Wi-Fi, no charger. Right.
No.
Yeah. So a 2-hour flight is like an 8-hour flight.
Yep.
So it was cool though. We got here, got quick. Energy has the boot on his foot, so that helped us a lot at the airport.
I've seen that today. He put it up on the table. That was funny.
Yeah, that boot right there helped us a lot with that, dealing with those lines at the airport.
You get to go to the head of the line and get on first, huh? Yeah. I've limped a lot to do that.
So what you guys are saying is I need to put my leg brace on. So I put my leg brace on and I walk in, might make me a little bit.
There you go.
It's the gray area. It's the gray areas. You know what I mean?
I'll hook you up, Steve. I'll give you a doctor's note and I'll give you a boot. Okay, we'll get you to the front of the line.
Oh, I already have because I've got arthritis in the one knee. I have this giant brace, kind of like what Steve Austin wears when he wrestles. He's got the two. Well, I've got one that goes on one leg, and if I'm walking for long periods of time, I'm supposed to wear it. But my doctor specifically said he doesn't know if it's actually going to help or not, but to give it a try. And I find that if I wear it, it feels great when I wear it, but the minute I take it off, I actually feel worse for days. So I just tend not to wear it that much.
Wow.
Just if I'm doing like a long hike or something like that.
You might have to consider for long lines at airports. You know, put that on.
Oh, so Neb's chiming in here.
What is Neb? Who's Neb harassing now?
Neb harasses everybody all the time.
Everybody.
Man lives on the internet
every morning, looking forward to harassment from Neb.
Yeah,
if you're not being harassed by him, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Don't feel alone. I get the same thing from him. And I offer to put him on the show too, and he doesn't come on the show. He goes, "Oh, I can't. Everything's real quiet around here. I got to keep it quiet." You know.
He's been on my show.
In asylum or what?
He's been on my show.
Oh yeah. Right on.
He was on a furlough. He went on Steve's show.
Yeah. Well, you know, they let him out of the room for a little bit.
Right.
I probably just ruined the experience for him, and
you probably did. Yeah, he showed up with that jacket like this.
Right.
I know how it is.
With the Hannibal Lecter mask across his face.
Yeah, that's it. You've seen him too, huh? We watched the same show, Brick.
I watched the same show.
It was I gotta have Brick on my show, buddy. I gotta have Brick on my show. That'd be funny.
Brick, Energy, and the Wolf. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
What?
Because we're getting you on the show, and I said you, Energy, and the Wolf all together on Mr. Fred and Friends.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Oh, it'd be good.
Yeah,
it'd be a sellout.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. We might have
that's
to
what we're looking for, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, we are. Numbers.
There you go.
And that's I just checked quickly. That's Keith Kissel from True Paintball Religion. Shout out to Keith.
What's good, Keith?
Yeah, Kiko, he's the one that actually got me back into paintball. I was out for a few years and
A few.
yeah, a few. Oh, right away with the old jokes. Right away. On my show last night, one of the guys goes, "Weren't you in the Ark?" And I go, "No, they wouldn't let me on the Ark." I said, "I was in the boat behind it rowing."
Rowing, right.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I helped build it, but it wasn't enough room.
That's it. I gotta love it, man. So yeah, Kiko, he's the one that got me back into it. He called me up and says, "Hey, I want you to come out." And I told him, I said, nobody's going to remember me. Nobody cares about me. Anyhow, I went over to do a 15-minute thing because he was a friend of mine. I thought I owed him that. And next thing I know, here we are, a year later, and it's just really rocking. Nobody remembers me. Yeah. I mean, hey, I got to keep a picture by my front door so my wife lets me in.
I'm proud to say I actually got to see you with a full head of hair. You know what I mean? I went back to the old videos. I was like, that guy, he got style right there.
Oh, he's right.
I like you more and more. You know whatever. Forget it, Steve. He is now my favorite. Yeah, that's what I say. It was hair then, gone now.
Right.
For sure.
So,
see, I really don't have a mohawk. There's just no hair grows on the sides. You know what I mean? I got reverse ball.
Your hair looks good.
I remember your picture from 2016 in that mohawk. You were setting the trend.
Yeah, his hair right now looks cool. I mean, you look streamlined as hell.
What I think,
I had a blue for World Cup. It was blue.
I saw you.
So should I trade with you or should you trade with me? Because
you
between the two of us, we have a full head.
You got to blue the sides. If you blue the sides, then you know what I mean.
You should paint a big crack across your head, Steve. That just makes a lot of people laugh. I got to tell you.
Oh, yeah, I got to interrupt you guys. Jen's going to want to say hi to Tracy.
Love you, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Love you, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
sorry.
Tracy is?
Tracy Perez. It's hard to explain what Tracy Perez is. She does a lot with all paintball companies and marketing and helping out. She does a lot of stuff right now with Push. She's just Tracy Perez. Like, I don't know how else to describe her. She is
Tracy Perez.
She is a force unto herself. She had to step away from officially working a couple of years ago because of health issues, but that doesn't mean she has stopped. She's just not officially working.
Got it.
Right?
Tax purposes.
Jennifer knows her. Jennifer and Frank know her. Then she's got to be cool.
Yes.
So.
Totally cool. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Yes, she is.
Very cool.
And she's agreed to be on the show at some point in the near future. Actually, Tracy, if you want, I can send you a link, see if we can stack this up a little bit because we don't have much more time.
Yeah. I'm going to have to sign off. I get up at 4:00, guys. I got to go to work.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Yeah, if you got to bow out, I just want to say that I was honored to get a chance to meet you tonight, both you and Frank.
It's our pleasure, our honor. You've been in our household for decades.
Well, I thank you very much for that, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you, as I am the Brick now, face to face, because that's the type of people, like I say, like I push. I want paintball to keep growing, and that's what it takes to keep it going, guys. Mm-hmm. So, Frank and Jennifer, I'm very, very, very happy that I got to meet you
guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Oh, very welcome. Glad to have you on. Thank you so much.
Daily Dog's missing.
Where did you Stacy at?
Tracy's down here.
Yeah.
I love you,
Tracy. All this new technology.
Yeah, something I am definitely not good at.
Where's my flip phone?
Right. You know what? I still want to be like,
it's right here, Frank.
They've got one now. Samsung has it $1,700 for it.
Oh, is it a rotary?
It's a flip phone that then folds out.
It's almost worse than a paintball gun.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Good night.
All right, guys. Much love.
Good seeing you.
I'm going to sign off.
All right. Do you want me to take you out, or are you just going to sign off yourself, Jen?
Yeah. take me on.
We'll figure it out by morning.
All right, I'll remove you right now. Thank you so much.
Right.
Yeah, we'll be watching Jennifer go to work.
Right. You guys still on?
Right on.
All right. Well, thanks for joining in, Brick.
No problem.
Yeah, I really, real quick, I hate to interrupt you, Steve, but I just really have always been wanting to talk to you. So I feel very good. I'm honored to meet you too. I think it's pretty damn cool, and I definitely would like to have you on my show sometime. And
no problem, no problem.
I'll chime into your guys sometime and let you harass me a little bit. I love it.
Okay. Sound like you said, let's grab your ass a little bit, but it's
Steve might get jealous, but
Little column A.
You might have to share him, Steve. You might have to share him. Polyamorous, baby. It's the future.
Right on, Rick.
Multiple talk show relationships.
Right on, buddy.
All right, guys. Who wants to bow out first?
I'll bow out.
You're gonna bow out, Fred. Do you want to say your famous last words before you go?
Well, first of all, Steve, thank you very much for having me on. I definitely appreciate it. And Brick, glad as hell I got to meet you, buddy.
Right.
I keep looking up. It always looks like I'm looking up because my camera's here, but I got a big screen TV up here that I try to watch everybody.
I'm just that tall. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, I bet you are. Yeah. So anyhow, from myself to all of you out there, please play hard, play safe, but play fair. But go play paintball, huh? All right, you guys have a good evening now.
All right, thanks, Fred. Talk to you later. Oh, geez.
Just cut me out of it. Damn, I didn't. That's how you feel about it?
I was trying to remove Fred. I was trying to remove Fred, and he zipped out himself. And it was just
right.
I brought you back.
I'm here.
Like,
I'm here.
So salsa, Teresa, her last name.
What? What's up? You read something?
Last name. I can't remember now.
All right, Brick. Well, it sounds like you've got some business going on, so I'm going to say goodnight to you as well. I'm going to start shutting everything down.
Okay. I just want to say, check us out Wednesday at 12, and you come on with time every Wednesday too.
I try to come on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern.
So we running Wednesday. Unknown Podcast and the Command Bros is running Wednesday. That's what you tell me.
Yes, but at different times. We're not running on top of each other.
Cool, but we got everybody. We get them when they get home from work and when they, trying to get away from the boss and hide in the bathroom and watch us. And you get them when they at home, hide in the bathroom, away from the other boss, their wife. So you know what I mean? We got it covered. So this is Brick Top from the Command Bros. Move forward, dig in. What do you do? Good night, America.
It was great meeting you at World Cup, my friend.
Great meeting you at World Cup, too.
All right. You have a good night.
You too, my man.
Ciao.
All right.
Well, guys, that wraps up another Fake It Till You Make It. I thought the Montressors might have been a bit of a surprise. It wasn't 100%, so I didn't want to announce them. But it was a really emotional World Cup, meeting them. And so many stories. I don't know if any of you have any questions for me you'd like to fire out before I close down, because I didn't really get a chance to talk too much about what I did at World Cup, but that's okay, because honestly, you guys don't check in for me anyway. You check in for the stories and the guests, and that's why I do what I do. But don't hesitate to fire a question out before we shut down. I'd really like to give a huge shout out to a few people. First and foremost, I really have to thank Fred Schultz, Mr. Fred and Friends. We're working together on getting that company Stronghold up and running. Yes, I broke a gum, Jeff Thompson. That was one of many things I did. I have to give a shootout. Can you tell I'm still exhausted? I'm still recovering from World Cup. I have to give a shout out to Vulcan. I can't say enough how glad I am for them to come on board. I was so excited. I didn't mention it earlier. I do apologize, but I'll definitely get a mention out now. Push, Immortal Air, Ultra Silk. Yeah, I've got to get things on point. But yeah, it's been one hell. Thanks for everything you do, Steve. I'm not sure who said that, but you're very, very welcome. You got to make sure you click and give StreamYard permission to access Facebook if you want your name to be seen for future reference, just so you know. And Was the Doritos side the strong side? Not when I was playing. Truthfully, though, I did pretty well. You win as a team and you lose as a team. And some days I was the brick, and I don't mean that as in my guest, but sometimes I was like the anchor, and some days I was the first guy going down. But or some games. Yeah, guys, I'm exhausted. I'm going to cut out here. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Play with passion, everybody. Have a good night.